Live from the Slackers Sports Bar Studios, here's Rudy J. and Mike Taylor.
Yes. Oh, my God, it's over. How about that shutout, bitches? How about those Longhorns? Woo! It is the In the Building UT Postgame show presented by many sponsors because we're awesome and we're at Slackers and stuff.
There we go.
All right, who's here that came here because we're here? Let's hear it.
Give it up. Give it up in the building. Give it up in the building.
Outstanding. Okay, don't get too close, though. Jeez.
40 acres. I'm sorry.
All right.
Oh, it's 40 acres? All right, 40 acres. Let me get one. I just want one of them acres.
Yeah, so I didn't think that I figured that today would be a blowout. So one dude took Colorado State to cover the 35 because he said Texas never covers, and Texas beat the shit out of them 52-0. How much did you lose?
150.
150.
Oh,
You're
money.
fine. It's okay. 150 bucks.
Hey, he went to Madison. He got old money. He went to Madison when all the Madison people were rich.
What's the most money you ever lost betting on ball?
1,500.
Dude, when was that? Super Bowl?
I almost lost my wife that year.
Dude,
I lost a lot of money that year. I lost a lot of money, and my wife found out later.
Yeah.
And we went through it. I ain't gambled since.
What was the game where you lost the $1,500 at once on?
It was a weekend. I tried like a 2017 parlay.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Well, so you don't bet at all ever?
No,
like
fuck
never.
No. I
Fantasy
almost
football.
I almost got
Dominoes.
divorced.
Damn, man. Yeah, that's no bueno. So
I almost got divorced behind that shit.
this is the Longhorns postgame show. So hook 'em on, son of bitches. 52-0.
Wait a minute. Where did all these Texas fans come from? I couldn't find y'all.
By the way,
6
this
years
is a
ago.
Clemens jersey.
I couldn't find y'all 6 years ago.
This is a Clemens jersey. What? About that. And the fact that he's not in the Hall of Fame is horse shit.
But guess what?
Yeah.
Y'all ain't got no running game.
Who? The timeout. We got timeout here. Don't forget something. We got sponsors and stuff, so be careful about
you're
y'all.
right. My fault.
You mean we don't have any running game?
We don't got no running game.
Well, that's not true. We do have runners. They didn't have. It was 52-0.
That's
Are you
racist.
going to criticize
That's racist.
Texas?
That's racist.
What do you mean? What do you mean? How hard?
Why
I'm
we got
racist?
runners?
Running backers? No, we kicked ass. The Longhorns look good.
They
And
did.
I expected to win. I don't know that I expected to cover. I probably would have picked Colorado State, too. I'm just screwing with that guy.
So Colorado State clearly lost some people because I thought that team was good last year.
Well, they gave Colorado hell last year. Remember Jay Norville and Dion almost? They had they had all the chingazos and all that shit. But no, Texas is just good. And I know Texas lost its starting running back, but you're Texas. You got 4 stars on the bench. Right. And you've got 5 stars at quarterback on the bench, and we got to see a lot of Arch Manning today. Here's my first opinion of the year as the booze rolls in. Thank you.
Damn. Pass one to LG.
So, and look, this is not a knee-jerk, and I would have said this already, and I think I may have already said this.
What's up?
It didn't matter what the score was today. This is a better UT football team now than the one that went to the playoff last year.
Okay.
I'm not saying they're going to the semifinals, but they're better now than they were 6 months ago. They're better.
Did you see what Georgia did to Clemson?
Not saying they're better than Georgia.
Did you see what Georgia did to Clemson?
I'm not saying they're gonna win the Natty.
Did y'all see that shit?
Yeah. I mean, it's not. So is it Natty or bust with you? Because
yes, it should be with you.
With Texas. Look, my expectations for the Longhorns have been down.
They don't got to
so
play
long.
Bama. They don't got to play Bama. They don't got to play LSU.
I get that. They're better than they were last year. They're not better than Georgia. No one is. I'm not
they
sure
might
that
be better. We don't know yet. We don't know.
No, well, I mean, Georgia's awesome. Georgia's fantastic, but Georgia's kind of like the Chiefs, so put them out of the picture.
Okay.
Texas should be able to play with just about anybody, including Alabama, including Michigan. Although that doesn't mean they win next week. They got to go to the big house.
Right?
Yeah.
But Michigan lost a bunch of people. Appreciate you, Paul.
They did. Texas should. Thanks, man. Texas should win. Texas is better than Michigan, but that doesn't mean they're going to win. Michigan's still solid.
We ain't never seen that Texas defense
But
where's this game at?
After what I saw today,
is that
Texas
game in
should.
Michigan?
It's at Ann Arbor. It's at Ann Arbor.
But they lost J.J. McCarthy. They lost Harbaugh.
Yep, for sure.
The running
No question.
back, offensive lineman.
Yep. There's no reason why.
I think Texas wins that game.
Yeah, but it's not going to be 52-0. But Texas is better on paper than Michigan.
For sure.
And I don't know what the line's going to wind up being. Probably Michigan by field goal because it's there in Ann Arbor. But Texas is good. So, all that being said, it looked good today. Thank you, Rogie Valadez. $5, Mike and Rudy. Thank you for the love in the building, baby.
Appreciate the shot.
It's our first.
It's Raji.
Raji. No, he told me he'll take anything.
It's Raji.
He said he doesn't matter.
I met him. He's actually in the building today.
He is. He told me. Raji's fine. Raji. Every time we do a remote, you always remind me that you're black, and I know that. I see you every day.
I'm like, it's too black, though.
Look at that. Look how sexy that looks. Take that, Adolf Hitler. Look at that. That's cool.
This is what Martin Luther King marched for.
This is the dream. This is the dream. Oh, look.
Hey, cheers.
This is what you and your wife look like.
No, my wife. Hey, cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Thanks for listening to the
cheers.
show. I appreciate it.
Y'all.
What the hell is this?
This is our first time being
LG, don't ask no questions. Just drink.
Yeah, this is our first time being at the Slackers location on St. Mary's.
It's the 6-year anniversary.
6-year birthday party.
Hey, give it up for Slackers.
Shout out
St.
to
Mary's.
Frank and
give
Mikey.
it up for Slackers.
Salud.
Frank.
And everybody that runs all the Slackers, the official studio home of our show. So a couple of months ago on In the Building, which I want to promote a lot because we may have some new people watching this show because of the Longhorns. But so like 2 months ago, I decided to throw out, hey, let's do a Longhorn postgame show and work a 6-day. If we get sponsors, that's cool. And I thought, I'm just throwing shit out. Within a week, 3 sponsors. Get the fuck out. Now we have to do these shows because we got help. Thank you. We got Price Chevrolet. We've got GC Roofing. We've got Orlando Kell. People want to put their name on Texas postgame shows because this is the year to do a Texas postgame show. With them being as good as they've been, I'm not saying they're going to win the title. This is as good as Texas has been since the championship run when they lost to Bama and Colt got hurt. It's as good as they've been since that game, which is 15 years ago? Something insane like that. And so with them going to the SEC, this is the time to do a show like this. Yeah. And here we are at Slackers.
Look, what we got, Frank?
With sponsors and with big people watching, lots of folks watching and having a good time after a 52-0 victory over Colorado State on a day in which Texas looked absolutely fantastic.
Oh, for the studio.
What do we got here?
Studio.
Oh, look at that. Oh, okay, cool. Well, open it up.
No. Oh, look at Frank.
We got different cam. Look at that.
Look at that different camera
shot.
action. That's a great shot.
That's cool.
Look at everybody. So we got the orange for UT.
Oh, that's cool. I like it.
Look at that. Look at that. Hey, good job, LG.
Very good. So I just wanted to see. It's Colorado State, who's not a terrible team, by the way.
No, they're not terrible.
I just wanted to see what Texas looked like, figuring they would win. We'll have, next week's a bigger game. They'll play Georgia in Austin this year.
Right.
We're just getting started. But to come out and beat the tar out of Colorado State the way they did was really, really awesome. A lot of things that I wanted to see in this game, and you mentioned the running backs, and that was one of the things that I made note of that I wanted to see, and we can go through some of these if you want. So let me tell you I'll tell you what I wanted to go through, and we'll figure out see which one spurs.
All right, let's do it.
Do they win big and look good doing it?
Yes.
Do the wide receivers look good because they lost their top 3 guys?
They lost the top 3, right?
Does Sark play everybody? Does Arch play? How do the running backs look? And we're one game in. It's 52-0, so there's not a lot of negative. I don't have any negative to say today. They look awesome, and this is the best team that they've had. Way better than anything Tom Herman ever put out on the field. Damn sure better than anything Charlie Strong ever put out. This is the best team they've had since the Colt McCoy days when they lost to Bama in the championship and he got hurt and Garrett Gilbert had to come in.
I do think right now that could change in a few weeks. I still think last year's team is better than this one. I mean, you don't lose Xavier Worthy and get better. They lost 2-3 running backs to injury. So I do think right now, Mike, but, by week 4 that could change.
Sure.
But right now, last year's team was a Final Four team.
Yep.
tougher to get into the playoff. So right now, that last year's team's still a little bit better.
Okay, I don't
want to argue. I'm not arguing with you.
I'm one game in on this opinion.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing with you.
I'm throwing out a thesis statement, but I'm not going to be able to write the body of my term paper that UT's better than last year until we see more games. But there's my opening statement.
Fair.
Texas is better than they were last year.
Fair.
So, but now it's up to them to write the rest of my essay.
Fair.
And we'll figure out how it ends with the crescendo and all that stuff later on in the year. But they look good. And what jazzes me about this Longhorns team is they look. When I say that they're better, it's because of the depth they have. They lose Xavier Worthy. They lose their top 3 dudes, but they just go out into the they go out into the portal, and they bring in 3 4-star players in the transfer portal to come out. And Isaiah Bond looked sensational today.
They look great.
You got a 5-star quarterback on the bench who got to play a lot today, which was good.
So what's up with that? Let's talk.
Quinn at this point's got more experience, but he's not more talented.
Let's address the elephant in the room.
All right, let's start there.
Clearly, the Mannings are okay with the situation.
Sure.
They're okay with the situation, but I still feel like Quinn Ewers deciding to come back to school messed up everything, but Quinn may be a better option, but Quinn coming back to school messed up the plan. Because the plan was Quinn was supposed to go first round, second round, and it was supposed to be the Arch era.
Yep.
And now you got Arch playing garbage minutes.
Yep.
Because Quinn decided to come back to school.
Yep. Can't go on past this year, that's for sure. Quinn's got to go. Dare I say this? And here's, it's funny, so I don't want to overreact, but, I can't help myself.
No, let's overreact. Let's overreact.
When Quinn Ewers is out there, you have a very talented guy, an SEC quality quarterback, who has NFL arm talent, but he just seems like he's really solid, right? But when Arch Manning comes in, and maybe a lot of this is just emotions because we're hyped to see him. Sure.
You're about to overreact.
When Arch comes in, though, you just get jazzed. It just feels like it did when Colt was there or when Vince was there.
You feel like that's why you want to watch the game. You want to watch Arch. You don't want to watch Quinn.
I want to see Arch.
You've seen Quinn.
I'm not saying I want to see Quinn get hurt or nothing. But, man, I really want to turn this thing over to Arch Manning. I really do. But Quinn Ewers is pretty good, and he hasn't done anything.
Nothing.
You can't bench the guy.
It's not his fault. He's really good.
Right.
But I want to see Arch.
Correct.
Because you got to remember, there's also 20 other players that came to UT to play with Arch.
Correct.
Not Quinn.
They're only there because of Arch. So we're sitting here over here at Slackers and we're watching the game, and it's 42-0, and we're checked out. We're drinking, we're talking shit. We're watching UTSA's about to get their ass upset. They don't get their shit together. And so we're shooting the breeze. But then all of a sudden we look up and they put Arch in the game and everybody perks up.
Everybody was interested, even though it was a blowout.
Yes. And
we're here for that.
It's like, going way back in the day, it's like when Troy Aikman, Steve Berline was the quarterback in the playoffs one year, but Aikman got hurt. But then the next year, it's like, okay. Or like when they had Steve Walsh. It's when you have 2 good quarterbacks, but one's older than the other, and the one that's older and has the experience and has earned the job, we all know he's not better than the guy on the bench. It just seems weird that it's. If I can get jazzed at 42-0, I did today because Arch Manning went into the game, and here's what makes it even more sexy. He was awesome.
But was he awesome, or was it Colorado State?
Well,
what you think?
It's both.
I don't want to sell him short.
No, it's Colorado State. It's junk time. But he still played great. Oh, he didn't throw an incompletion.
When I looked up, he was 4 for 4 and threw a TD already.
He had a sweet, and it was a very beautiful off-the-cuff, non-planned shovel pass because he was under pressure. It was a heady,
heady.
Heady. It was
Gym rat.
It was a very heady decision. It was a very athletic decision to shovel pass to the wide receiver rather than take the sack, and it results in a touchdown pass. He looked great. He's ready for the job. But Quinn Ewers is in the way, man. You know, it's weird. It's like you've been with the same chick for 20 years and she's solid, but there's a really good-looking young chick that likes you now, and it's like, well, not me. It may be a bad analogy.
No,
but
we're talking about football.
Correct. This kid's better than the guy they're starting. I almost feel like I hope they lose to Michigan. It's a non-conference game. I hope Quinn sucks against Michigan so we can get Arch in week 3. I said it. I want to see Arch, man.
I do too.
I want to see Arch. I want Arch Manning to take this thing over. But as you mentioned, his family, to his credit,
they've been cool.
They're millionaires. He's a millionaire. It's not about the money. He gets it. That tells me something about Steve Sarkisian.
Right.
Arch probably transfers at 80% of the other schools in the country. But he believes in Sark. He wants to play for Sark. And that's the reason why he's still on the team. That's the reason why he's still cool with not starting. I don't know that Quinn Ewers was exponentially better than Arch in spring and summer. But Quinn's got the experience. He's done nothing wrong. He has first-round talent. He's just not better than the dude you have behind you. So it's a weird scenario. You know, it's weird.
Well,
but whatever. They kicked ass, and everybody's happy in Austin.
So that game next week is in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
11 o'clock kick.
Yeah. In Ann Arbor.
It's 11 o'clock kick.
Indeed. Yep. I may have to leave the show for like 5 minutes.
When? Today?
Well, I screwed up on LG Don't Panic. So I got to go put more money on my.
You got to move your car.
I got to go put more money on my car.
Shit, yeah.
This is the St. Mary Strip.
They will tow your shit.
You know what?
All right, what?
I'm almost up on my 2 hours.
Holy shit! Can you read some chats or some shit? Give me. All right. I would let someone go do it, but I don't trust you with my debit card. I love y'all, but not that much. I'll be right back.
What time did you do it?
4 hours ago, and it's 4 hours is up.
Yeah, you
go.
blew it.
I've got to go. All right. No, it's still there, isn't it? Okay, it's still there. Let me go put money.
Your shit.
Can't you just do it from your phone?
Well, maybe I can. Let's see.
Didn't you do it from your phone? If you didn't, then you got to go.
No, I did it from my phone. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, time remaining. Oh, look. Time remaining 4 minutes.
Dude.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Your pass will
time.
expire at, okay. If I click, purchase more time. Oh, shit, I can do it on my phone. Cool.
There you go.
Sorry.
No, there's a tow truck literally waiting.
Whoa. Tell that guy to stop. Somebody shoot that guy's tire. Okay, let's do.
Well, on that note, I'm gonna go move my.
Let's do. Are you serious? Why can't you pay?
I'm in a 2-hour unloading zone.
Oh, you can't pay with your phone?
No.
All right, cool. So you're leaving.
I'll be right back.
Cool. The kids are running the show now. Here, I got to put more money on this damn thing.
Hey.
No one told me.
No one told me. My wife dropped me off. I'm good.
Dang it! It won't let me pay. Oh, here we go. Credit card, autofill. Bear with me. Oh, God dang it, man.
Well, let's see what's up. Henry's Mustache, what up, fellas, in the building? Bernard Trappin in the building. Mike Taylor
Zip code
was wilding.
78209.
209. White Heights. Alamo Whites.
Hey, dude.
White Heights. Arch will start by the Georgia game. I don't know about that, Jay Glenn. I don't know about that. Let me look back at this schedule. So you go Michigan.
Hey, asshole.
UTSA, ULM, Mississippi State, OU, then Georgia.
Right. What's my stupid email address? God almighty. Sorry, Rudy.
No, you're good.
No, I'm listening. Let me say, here's why it's a good thing.
Don't do that.
You
don't believe that.
The fact that Texas has a better player on the bench behind its starting quarterback
is a good problem.
Here's why it's a great problem. But here's what it tells me. This is the reason I think they're better than they have been in 15, 16 years.
Why is that?
It's because they're I'm going to steal a line from my Aggie buddies. When the Aggies went to the SEC, we're SEC ready. Y'all are not.
Right.
Texas is absolutely SEC ready. They've got the depth. You know, Kirby Smart's got a quarterback on his bench as good or not than Cameron Beck.
I still don't know why Arch didn't choose Georgia.
This is what SEC teams do. They have everybody's awesome. You may be the starter it could change by the hour in the SEC. You have to be that talented, that deep, and Texas is. Texas is really good. I'm ready to guarantee. Oh, someone just gave us $20 for parking. Thank you, Annie G. She's here too.
Her and her boyfriend are here.
Thank you, Annie. Thank you, dear. Love
you
hard.
The third.
Love you so hard. Thank you. Just bought my parking. Thank you, dear.
Appreciate you.
No, Texas is really, really good. And now with the expanded playoffs, and I know they're in the SEC, this statement may come back to haunt me. You know I'm no UT homer.
No, you're
People
not.
think I hate Texas. They should be in the playoff. Anything short of making the 12-team playoff at Texas is a disappointment in 2024.
Right.
For sure. This thing's good.
Well, with 12 teams, they're gonna make the playoff.
Well, you would hope.
Look,
if they don't, it's a disappointment, a massive disappointment.
I'm gonna go through the schedule.
All right.
They win this week. I feel like they beat Michigan.
Okay.
That makes them 2-0. They beat. Shout out to Coach Trailer. Love you. They beat UTSA.
Did the Roadrunners hang on? Did they win?
What's up with UTSA?
It was 24-16 or 21-16 last I looked.
Yeah. They beat
Trailer
UTSA.
was pissed.
They beat ULM.
All right.
I feel like they beat Mississippi State. So
yeah.
At that point, they're 1, 2, 3, 4. They're 5-0. They'll probably beat OU 6-0. Georgia. Okay. Let's say they lose to Georgia 6-1. They're gonna beat. Then they win. Then they run the table. Vanderbilt, Florida, Arkansas, UK, A&M.
Oklahoma looked great. A&M's A&M, and they haven't played in years, and it's going to be that game's going to be insane great.
At worst, UT loses 2 games.
That gets you in the playoffs.
They're in the playoffs if you're UT.
As an outright bid.
As an outright bid, they're going to be in the playoff. So I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah. And in the SEC, and I've got people that will disagree because they want Texas to win the national championship, and that's fine. I know that's the goal. But when you're in the SEC and you're in a conference that difficult, which there's no other conference that difficult, just getting to the final 12 now is a hell of an accomplishment from that conference. It's not. I mean, there's going to be some cheap-ass schools get into the playoffs because they're in the the American Athletic or the whatever the hell's going on out in the West Coast.
Right.
To make the playoff out of the SEC is a good season. It's a great season.
Well, the thing about it is,
Texas is good enough and should be there, or I'm going to be pissed if they're not.
This is the thing. People have SEC fatigue.
Tough shit.
It's only going to get worse.
I know.
Out of the 12 teams, Mike, 6 of them are going to be SEC.
Sure, and you can make a case that probably 8 of them should be, but can't put them all in.
Right, I think 6. I think half of the teams in the 12-team playoff
tough titties
will be SEC.
Tough titties. I mean, Vanderbilt today beat Virginia Tech.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, I mean,
shit.
There's going to be conference champions that make the playoff because they won their conference that aren't better than the 8th best team in the SEC.
Right.
I had SEC fatigue myself, but when Texas made the jump, I got over it. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is the UT in the building post-game show live from Slackers on St. Mary's Strip. This is really cool. Happy 6th year anniversary to the guys here that started this bar 6 years ago. We got an DJ. We got Papita outside. Place is packed. The weather's nice. It's in the low 90s. It's college football's opening weekend. Can't think of a better thing I'd rather be doing. I'm so glad I'm here and not sitting at home on my butt hanging out with dogs watching this. I'm so glad I'm here with you, and this is a great scene. Awesome scene.
I can't thank the in the building people enough.
They always come.
They showed up for us.
What's up, Stephen? Just bought 3 coffees for parking fun. Thank you.
Thank you,
Stephen. just paid for your parking, LG.
Stephen just paid for your parking.
So did Annie G the third.
Nice.
We
gave her a shout out. Did you get taken care of?
Oh, is that you?
Okay, cool.
Oh, that's Stephen right there.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Damn, super chats from in the building. That's what's up.
Hell yeah.
From within the building.
Yeah, literally in the building. Literally. All right. The UT portion, we have 3 partners, including
Let's talk about
my man Orlando Kell, the official family lawyer of In the Building, is also one of the presenting sponsors of our In the Building UT show all season long. And for those that don't know, that are just like, what the hell are they doing this show for? Rudy and I are going to be doing Texas postgame shows after every game. We got to discuss how we're going to do it next week. We got to figure out. It may not be this big because we don't have LG at our disposal every week. But it's the Michigan game. We got to figure something out.
No, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. All right.
We'll figure it out.
And we got so we're going to be doing post-game shows after all Texas games all year, at least 45 minutes, if not an hour. And we can't do it without our partners, and Orlando Kell is certainly one of them. Thank you, Orlando, the official family lawyer of the UT post-game show and a presenting sponsor. It is Orlando Kell, 210-775-4995. You can email directly. Maybe you're married to an Aggie, and y'all been fine because they don't play each other anymore, and now all of a sudden now they're playing each other again. So it's like, fuck you, I want a divorce. Tell that Aggie bitch to suck it and go call Orlando Kell and have that man take care of you. He's 210-775-4995. Nobody does live spots like we do. Or you can email this man directly. It's orlandokell.law@gmail.com. orlandokell.law@gmail.com. Okay, you mentioned the running backs today. It sucked to lose the kid. They lost their top dude last year to the first round. They lost last year's leading runner because he got hurt. But they've got two kids on their bench. Again, SEC, baby. No excuse.
Right.
Tough shit.
Right.
You got kids on your bench that would be superstars pretty much anywhere else. And the backup running backs, the new wide receivers against Colorado State. But it wasn't like it was 38-28 or 18-10.
No.
They beat the shit out of them 52-0. They looked great.
So
that's good.
them.
Looked really great. Very, very, very good. Can't say much other than things look great. A lot of guys got to play. They won big. They looked great doing it. It was a great first opening statement to Texas being in big southern John Plantation country. Rudy, we wasn't so sure if we wanted the Longhorns in the SEC. We do things differently around here. Things are different. If you're going to join the SEC,
right?
That means you've got to be SEC ready.
Right.
That means you've got to have talented players all over the field. Even the backups got to be good. Here's the other thing. We weren't so sure that UT was politically correct, if you know what I mean. That is a liberal city. Austin, Texas is a blueberry surrounded by tomatoes in the state of Texas. And we weren't so sure about the blueberry. But you know what? We went ahead and made an exception this year for the blueberry. And you know why we made an exception? Because the color we can all agree on in the SEC is green. And Texas, bring the money. So bring your liberal Kamala Harris voting ass onto the SEC. And it was a great debut as they beat the shiznit out of Colorado State 52-0.
I loved it. I loved it. When you look at the box,
yes,
Quinn
sir.
Ewers, 20 of 27, 260.
He was great. He was fine.
3 TDs. He did throw a pick.
Yeah.
Arch came in, 5 of 6, 95 yards with the touch. Now, this is what we talked about, though. They did have a 190 yards rushing, Mike. But Jared Gibson, 10 yards, 67 touchdown.
Yep.
Jaden Blue, 11 carries, 57 yards.
Blue's the stud. You watch as he gets going. As he gets going and gets more reps, I bet Blue winds up being the guy.
Sure?
I love that dude. I do. Well, okay. I'm 90% sure. Just like I'm 90% sure they're better than they were last year overall as a team. Just like I'm 90% sure they're going to go to the playoff. I love Steve Sarkisian. I just do. And this is for everybody that thought I hated Texas for 10 years. I didn't hate Texas.
You did, Mike. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I didn't respect Texas because they put all this other shit.
That's worse, bro.
Again, thank you. They put all this other shit ahead of winning. They got, we're the alma mater's racist and we're going to protest it. They were just a pain in the ass. And they go out and bring on that D-bag Tom Herman, who had no business being the coach at that school, and set him back 5 more years. They got out, they got their asses up and decided to go get a real football coach, and his name's Steve Sarkisian. I love Sarkisian. And by the way, if I didn't love Steve, you know me, I don't bullshit. If I didn't love Sarkisian, I'd be on here saying I don't like the guy. It has nothing to do with me liking him or not. I respect him again.
Gotcha.
And that, like you said, who cares who I like and don't like? It's about respect, and Texas has my respect, and they're good. They're real good.
So right now, considering Nick Saban is gone, is this the best job in the country?
Great question.
Is this the best job in the country? Because we got Kirby Smart in Georgia.
Yep.
I mean, other than that, I don't know.
Kalen DeBoer doesn't suck. The new guy in Alabama, He
don't suck, but
a hell of a thing. It'd be like you and I quitting. It'd be like you and I quitting in the building and bringing Jason Minix in. It's tough. It's going to be tough on Jason. That's my dude. I'm kidding. You know what I mean?
No, that's my guy too.
It ain't easy.
It ain't easy.
It ain't easy. Say it. Who gives a shit? Anybody else in town doing shows, if they got called to replace us, I mean, it's a great job because we got great production and we got a big following, but good luck. But so to answer your question,
it's the best job in the country, right? What you think?
For 10 guys, it's the best job in the country. Let me explain that.
Yeah, they explain that.
Because for other than about 10 human beings, everybody else, it's a horrible job. For Tom Herman was not one of the 10 guys in the country who can handle the Texas job because there's so much else that goes on.
I did think he was the right guy.
I did for about 6 months, and then I realized, I don't like this guy.
Same.
It's the hardest job in the country for everybody but about 10 guys. But for those 10, it's the greatest job in the country. What I'm saying is that you don't coach Texas. You CEO the company. There's so much other shit you have to do outside of coach the ball club. Nick Saban, he coached the ball club at Alabama. Sark spends half his time.
Well, Nick got to the point where he didn't have to do the extra shit because he was winning. He didn't have to do all the dinners.
Correct.
He didn't have to do all the handshaking and schmoozing.
That's right. And if Sark wins a title,
he don't have to.
He won't have to do it as much.
But see, I feel like that's where Mac Brown excelled. That's why Mac got to keep the job as long as he did.
He's the best head coach they've had since Darryl Royal.
For sure.
No, yeah, for sure. You know what? Speaking of Darryl Royal, Mac used to tell the story of, when he got the job, Coach Royal called him. Hey, congratulations, it's Coach Royal. You're going to love this place. This is the best job in America. All you have to do is win all the games. That's it. As long as you win all the games, It's the best job in the country. But if you don't win all the games,
it's the worst job in the country.
And you're going to die early. And thank God Mac eventually, Coach February, remember that?
Right.
Finally gets over the hump. The reincarnation of Jim Thorpe shows up on campus in the form of Vince Young. They win the championship, and Mac's all of a sudden now the best coach they've had since Darryl Royal. But had Vince not gone to Texas and Mac never won the Natty, he'd be just another ex-UT coach. And it's also, and we mentioned Coach Royal put something else in my head. It's the old BBs in the box analogy. Mm-hmm. Coach Royal always said, UT's the best job in the country. However, it's like a box of BBs. You ever had a BB gun? You spill the box and BBs go everywhere?
Everywhere.
That's UT. There's so many BBs in their box. Fans, media, attention, the alums, the boosters, the donors, and in this case now something Coach Royal never dealt with, the collectives, the NIL people, the agents, the fucking commercials, the lawyers. It's the best job in the country as long as you don't kick that box over and spill BBs, because once you do that, you're done. So it's a fine line. Yeah, so to answer your question,
it's the best
job there is if you don't spill the BBs. That's it. And Sark has come in here. I haven't agreed with everything he's done, but he hadn't made a mistake in over a year. And his team showed up today. And yeah, it was Colorado State, but they went out there and whipped the tar out of them and looked great doing it and got to play everybody on the team. Hell, they played the water boy today. We got to see Arch, and he looked great. So Arch is happy. Quinn's happy. Everyone's happy. And all the tailgaters outside of the stadium tonight are having a good time. So it's 1 week. Everything could change in 7 days in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
They got to go to Michigan next.
But for right now, this looks like we're in for a pretty cool season here on UT Postgame.
I'm loving this season, but the impatient person in me.
Mm-hmm. You're a typical UT fan.
I'm a typical UT fan. The impatient person in me is looking at next season where you got
screw the Georgia game. We're on to 25.
You got Auburn, LSU, Alabama.
Can we just get to the Michigan
A&M.
game?
I can't even do that.
Well, Arch will be the full-time guy next season too, if he doesn't wind up taking the job at some point this year. Just saying. Is it possible?
What's up?
That Arch just looks so much better and develops so rapidly here now that at some point he starts and Quinn becomes Quinn does not get hurt and loses the job and still gets drafted in the first round as the backup? That's a scenario that I think is possible, where the backup quarterback is going to be a first-round pick in 25.
Dude.
Because he's not better than the insane talent kid that took his job.
That could happen.
Crazy, right?
It could happen.
Crazy.
The thing
possible.
is, it's like, what is it going to take for Sark to give the keys to Arch?
Losses. Losing Oklahoma.
Oh.
If Quinn sucks against Oklahoma. I can tell you,
Quinn was great against Oklahoma last year, but they lost.
Right.
But Quinn was great.
And we're doing this show, so I've not had it. When I get home, I'm going to go pull up UT's website, and I'm going to watch Sark's presser. And I haven't seen anything that Sark has said post-game. But, man, even if it's asked today, he's like, oh, whatever, Quinn's our guy. At what point, though, I mean, does he start getting asked questions if Quinn has a bad night or a bad quarter? At some point,
they're going to ask.
I just wonder how long the leash is for Quinn Ewers.
They're going to ask those questions tonight.
Does Quinn Ewers have a mulligan? Does he get a loss? Let's say they lose to Michigan and Quinn struggles. On Monday morning, you're going to have half of Longhorn Nation wanting Arch. It's that fine a line. One bad half is going to have the fan base screaming for Arch Manning. Yeah, we want Arch. We got a stud here. It's nothing on Quinn. You have an all-world dude, a kid who is going to start in the NFL. Quinn Ewers is not going to start in the NFL. Quinn Ewers is going to be he's going to be a little better than Cooper Rush.
Sam Ehlinger.
That's fine.
Which is great.
Well, okay, he's better. I think he's more talented than Ehlinger. I'm trying to come up with he's Baker Mayfield. He could be Baker Mayfield. Quinn could be Baker.
My bad. I like that comparison better. I like that comparison better.
He's Baker.
I like that comparison better.
Arch has the opportunity, though, to be, an every week, no doubt about it, bona fide starting quarterback in the NFL. Arch has the opportunity to be Dak Prescott or Kirk Cousins or better. Probably better.
Yeah, probably better.
And at one point, I want to know, like right now, if I were to ask Sark tonight after this game, hey, Sark, how short a leash does Quinn have? Sark's going to laugh at me, call me a dumbass, tell John Bianco to revoke my credentials. But wait till Quinn has a bad quarter or a bad night, and all of a sudden, just like that, now there's a leash. That's the one thing that could derail the season is quarterback controversy.
This is the thing that I don't understand about Quinn, his family, and his agency. Is they were like, okay, we're not going to go as high as we thought this year. But coming back to school and possibly losing our job drops us even farther in the next draft. I never understood why he came back because of that. Because of the simple fact is, at some point this season, like you think your draft stock was bad this past season, it's going to be worse. Maybe it could be. Let me word that differently. It could be worse this season if you came back to school and lose your job. Mm-hmm. But you are losing your job to the best prospect since Andrew Luck. So maybe there's nothing bad about losing your job to Arch Manning.
Right. Quinn's just kind of the fifth Beatle, Dude, you're good, but just we got a guy named Ringo Starr who's just a little bit better drummer than you.
Right.
It's unfortunate, but again, But this is what everyone signed up for in going to Big John Southern Plantation Country. This is how it goes. You know,
that's how it goes.
I mean, Saban had Tua Tagovailoa on his bench.
Brought him in at halftime of the Natty.
Right. And the kid wins the championship. He's the backup all season. And so the starter gets mad and transfers to Oklahoma and wins the Heisman and goes to the Eagles and now makes $200 million. These are the problems that you get accustomed to in the SEC. Maybe there's controversy, but that's life. Again, that's life when you've got studs at the position.
Right.
And they do. It damn sure beats having nobody. Give me that controversy of having good players when I got nobody.
So you'll take UT's situation over the Cowboys situation?
Sure. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think Arch Manning has an opportunity.
Is Arch Manning good?
Yeah, Arch Manning's terrific. If you ask Peyton,
if he didn't have that last name, and he went 5 for 6 with 1 touchdown against Colorado State, would we even be talking about him today if he didn't have that last name?
Yes, but not as much.
Okay.
There's a part of that is he's a Manning, but he really is that good. And so I think he's more talented than Eli, not as talented as Peyton.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I think at worst he's Eli Manning.
I'm not
saying he's going to win 2 titles.
2 Super Bowls and that's a yellow jacket.
I understand.
Okay.
I think he's as talented as his uncle, Eli, not quite as Uncle Peyton. Few guys are. Peyton's a top 10 guy all time.
Nobody's Peyton, right.
Yeah, outside of Brady and Unitas in Montana.
Right.
Or Mahomes. That's it.
Mahomes, right.
So again, this is why I'm so fired up to be doing this show with you this season, because awesome. I wouldn't have been fired up doing this show 4 years ago. Fuck about Texas.
No.
They're mediocre.
No.
TCU beat Texas 5 out of 7
5 out of 7 years.
I don't want to talk about them Longhorns.
They lost to Kansas in Austin.
Yeah, again, I was not a hater. I didn't respect the program because of the hype that they had and the shitty output. Now, though, now I'm getting some payoff, and it's awesome. This is cool.
Speaking of payoff, shout out to Pedrov, who just bought some coffees.
What's
he
up,
says,
man?
Gonna be enjoying these UT post games. Pedrov.
Thank you, Pedrov. Thank you hard.
I don't know if that's Russian and Mexican.
Tell your buddies.
Pedrov.
Pedrov. Maybe perhaps he's a Russian billionaire.
I don't know.
He has a major super yacht. He's got the yacht.
He said, is that Mexican or Russian?
Pedrov. It ain't Mexican.
It's
Pedrov. No, it's Russian.
It's Russian's version of Pedro.
I have a yacht.
Pedrov.
I've got 3 helicopters on my boat, shipping the whores in and out from third world countries.
Amen.
All right, UT postgame in the building style, live from Slackers.
Roofing.
GC Roofing, another one of our fine supporters of this show. Thank you to GC Roofing, serving San Antonio and all down the Gulf Coast of Texas. In Corpus Christi, too. They do residences, they do commercial, they even do solar. If you happen to be a new person catching this show for the first time because you're a UT person and you're like, I guess I'll check those guys out. If you're in the area, this is a roofing company you should check out for sure, whether you like us or not. These boys are great. We got tons of listeners and subscribers to this show that will attest that have used these guys in the last few months. GC's legit. They know what they're doing. They're great. So get your asses on the phone or your fingers and go to their website. If you need a roof, if you need an inspection, maybe you wind up needing a whole new roof for the month of September, GC will cover up to $500 of your deductible if you do a full replacement in September. It is GC Services Roofing and Construction, 210-347-0426 or gcservicesroofing.com, gcservicesroofing.com. All right, there's our boy Eric Bishop in here. What are you saying?
What's up, Eric? What's
up,
UT
BB?
fan, just an interested observer. Gonna love tuning into these every week. Great stuff as always.
Thanks,
guys.
EB. Thank you, Bishop.
EB.
Thank you, man. And again, it's 52-0. There's not much to say. They look good, but this was the right time to do this particular show.
Perfect time.
And it's being proven out today with the turnout and the folks that are watching and the contributions and all that kind of thing.
Big Al also up in here with
What's
the $2 super chat.
Hey.
Predictions for the Notre Dame and A&M game.
See, there you go. Okay. Well, we can talk about some other games if y'all want, for sure.
First of all, we got to
Texas
talk
fighting
about, first of all, we got to talk about Chevy. But before we do,
yep,
Notre Dame wins.
Whoa. Okay.
I resent that statement.
Notre Dame wins.
The fake Dave South says, kiss my ass, Rudy J. Texas Aggies are going to win tonight, beat those damn Catholics. We don't like the Catholics that much out here in College Station. We're more of a Baptist kind of town. We're going to send their asses back up there with those guys call themselves priests wearing their dresses. What's underneath that dress? You never know. Did I derail you already? I'm sorry.
Magnum Dom. You always derail me.
It's my goal. It's your
goal.
Once a week, it's my goal to derail Rudy.
You derail me.
It's my goal to
Eric
make him
Bishop,
to freak him out.
brother.
Freak him out on Learfield's floor.
No, I'm looking forward to the game. You know, Notre Dame's Notre Dame. They're a solid team. They're overrated every year. Every time they go to a major bowl and play one of the teams from the South, they get their asses handed to them. I hope the Aggies run their ass off the field. I'm absolutely rooting for the Aggies tonight.
I'm rooting for the Aggies. I think Notre Dame wins.
Even though I host a UT postgame show, I'm still any and all things Texas. And 90% of the kids on that team are from Texas. It says Texas on their jersey. Bringing these Yankees down here. Hope we whoop their asses at Kyle Field tonight on Learfield's Farm. Shout out to Andrew Monaco. Hope he has a good call.
What up, Monaco?
Stabbed the great Dave South in the back and took his job.
Yo, what?
Good. Hey, you have to do what you have to do. I'm not hating on Andrew. That's a good thing. He's a gangster with a smile.
LG. Get your boy, dog.
My life ain't been the same since Andrew Monaco. That name haunts me at night when I go to bed.
I'm pretty sure there was somebody there after Dave.
No, there wasn't nobody there. I know. I retired. That was the official reason.
Andrew didn't take over for Dave.
No, that son of a bitch was working back channels for 2 years trying to replace me. You know, it wasn't like I missed that many calls. I just missed about 15 calls a game. I mean, I can't help it that I missed a bunch of calls. I'm senile and crazy. Right. And Andrew Monaco calls a tight game.
Yeah.
And the son of a bitch stabbed me in the back. It was a 2-year odyssey to take my job, and he did. And I got stuck doing nothing but doing fake voices on radio shows and podcasts. Anyway, go Aggies. I think the Aggies win. Connor Wegman is a stud. Who's been derailed by shitty coaching and injuries. And I like Mike Elko. I like
Mike Elko.
And dare I say, everybody likes Jimbo. We all like Sumlin, but we mean it this time. The Aggies mean it this time. Now we mean it. Mike Elko can coach, and I think that A&M comes out tonight, makes a pretty good little statement. I think they handle Notre Dame 28-17, something like that. Pretty solid win.
Aggies about to get punched in the face.
Okay. Well, we'll discuss this on the next In the Building on Monday or Tuesday. Yeah. Watch out for Connor Wegman. He's a stud, and he's healthy, and he got rid of that overrated-ass Jimbo Fisher. He's got good guys in his ear. He's got a good head coach in Mike Elko, who I think is a great fit in that town, at that school, for those particular fan base. Then that goes back to Sark. When you ask him about the best job in the country, that's a hard question because not everything's a good fit. There's a lot of great women. There's a lot of awesome women in this world that you wouldn't get along with, or me. Mike Elko fits the Aggies in the same way that Sark and those fancy suits fits UT. Like, people ask me all the time, I wish Gary Patterson had taken the Texas job. No, Gary would have failed at Texas. Gary Patterson is a folksy small school badass. He's an overachiever. He takes 2- and 3-star players and turns them into NFL quality players, and they win 10 games. But handling the UT scene, Gary would have hated it. Hated it. Just like Tom Herman hated it after about 1 month. So both jobs are great. The Aggies are bad at finding the guy that fits. I'm good, man. Thank you. They keep. I'm talking. Okay, fine. Get me another one. Damn. Look, feel it. It's got a lot in it. Feel it.
I'm good.
No, I don't want to waste booze. It's so much about fit, man. You know, there's a lot of guys that could have brought in here and host this show with me.
Well, if it don't fit, ram it.
Wow, see, and then you wind up 7-5, and you lose to TCU 5 out of 7 times. There's a lot of guys in this city I could have brought to host for this show. It would have been fine, but I'm trying to win the Natty. That's why I brought you in. The fit is a huge. I think Elko's the fit at A&M. Sark's the fit at Texas. Everything is right with the 2 major flagship football programs of this state, and I'm fired up like I haven't been in a long, long time for the college football season. All right, you mentioned Price Chevrolet. Welcome to our new part.
Thank you, Price Chevrolet. Appreciate
y'all. Look at
y'all.
that.
Love
I've been trying to get a car dealer to.
No, I've been trying to get a car dealer since 2007. It's 2024, and I get my first car dealership.
Look at that. Can I just look at that? I just want to look at this sign.
Let's look at it.
I'm gonna put my chicha on. I'm so happy.
Put it on there.
I'm gonna put my chicha. Oh, I'm so happy. Golly.
Put your arms back up right here.
Sorry. Yeah. Look,
that's
man.
the thumbnail right there. LG.
I'm so happy.
Boom.
Just want to let it soak in. Thank God we have a car company. Price Chevy of Pleasanton, Texas. It's such a small world. Check us out. So I'm sitting in the booth. I'm sitting in the press box last night at the baseball game next to Mickey Holt, who's my boss at the Missions, the assistant general manager. Mickey runs all the game ops. Mickey's in charge of the games. And he was asking me about our show. And thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot, man. He's asking me about this show. I'm like, yeah, we got sponsors. He's like, that's great. You got some. Who are your sponsors? I'm like, yeah, we got Price Chevrolet out in Pleasanton. Mickey lives in Pleasanton. Mickey goes, wait a minute. Who'd you deal with? I go, LJ. Mickey's like, are you serious? That's my best friend.
What?
I literally, Mickey Holt, the assistant GM of the Missions, literally grew up with the GM of Price Chevrolet in Pleasanton, LJ. They've known each other for 30-plus years. And I'm like, are you serious? Yeah, because so talk about synergy. We got the synergy. It just like the universe sent us Price Chevrolet. So if you need a place to get a vehicle.
Go out there.
Especially if you're on the south side of the area. Pleasanton, Texas is the home of the official car dealer of the UT Postgame Show, presented by In the Building on Love You Hard TV, Price Chevrolet. Get your ass down there, especially if you're a Southtowner or a Southerner and not in the southern part of the state or the city. You're a hometown Chevy dealer, and get some help from that wonderful team at Price Chevrolet. They'll treat you like family. Small town car dealerships are the best.
They're the best.
They will assist you in servicing and finding all your needs if you're shopping for a vehicle. Mention LG, mention our show. That's how they'll be able to tell, oh, okay, this stuff's working with these guys on that UT show. It is 830-268-4894, PriceChevy.com, PriceChevy.com.
Eric Bishop.
Love it hard. Thank you, Price Chevy.
Eric Bishop, 1999. I love Price Chevrolet. Use them
Eric.
the time.
Outstanding.
Everyone there is the best.
There are a lot of people that live.
You see how we like? It's like
it's. I don't know what to say.
At this point, we gotta just let it be.
God's got His hands on the wheel.
Every now and then.
Jesus has taken the wheel of In the Building. Clearly, the Lord is. It's awesome. It's great. It's cool. It tells me we're on the right track.
We're on the right track.
Yeah, we're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You know. We may not be going 95 miles an hour, but we're going 50.
We're going 50. Chug along.
Yeah, we're chugging. We continue to chug. Thank you to PriceChevy.com. Price Chevrolet. A lot of people from San Antonio will make the drive down to Pleasanton because of the reputation that place has.
PriceChevy.com. Check them out before you go out there. Check them out at PriceChevy.com and then go out there and let them know. It was in the building that sent you. Please.
Did you boys happen to catch any of the game day this morning, college game day?
What happened?
So Nina's out of town, so I got to watch a bunch of pregame shit today. Not that she wouldn't let me. I'm just being silly. She don't care. But so I watched a good hour and a half of college game day. It was Nick Saban's first time.
How was it?
He was fine. He was very football-y and X's and O's-y. But what was funny is when the entire panel's like, ha, 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 and Nick had to fake laugh. He's not good at that. It's cringeworthy watching Nick Saban trying to fake laugh because he ain't that. And they put him right next to frickin' McAfee.
Oh my God.
With his tank top and his Armani jacket. There was a meme going around today, like somebody was it was at College Station. Somebody was rolling on the crew like when they went to commercial break.
Yeah.
And you see you see McAfee and they're playing a song on the speaker, like a rock song, a rap song, and McAfee's just jamming out, and Saban's just looking at him like, what the fuck have I got myself into? I'm going back to coaching and soon.
I'm about to go back to coaching.
Yeah. It was funny.
I'll take the Texas job in
Nick
2 years.
was fine. He's not that entertaining. But if Nick can somehow somewhat embrace the Corso role, somehow,
Corso wasn't there?
Well, I guess he's a part-timer now because he's
Gotcha.
95 and they have to change his diaper 3 times a show.
Jesus, Mike.
Nick's now what they hope Corso to be, but honestly, man,
And he's not going to be that.
I bet Nick lasts a year.
Nick's
going to be back coaching. Look, when Nick does the Aflac commercials, it's funny because someone's telling him what to do, and they take that curmudgeon-y attitude and they make it funny. But when he's actually having to be himself,
all right.
It's awkward and funny. All right, one quick shout-out before we get out of here on Longhorns Postgame. By the way, an actual legit in the building's coming up next in about 15 minutes.
For a little bit.
Want to give a quick shout-out to something called Felicia Ray Designs. So they do custom sportswear, massive in the building subscribers. They customize, it's San Antonio. We customize everything. Custom. Yeah, I want bling on my Spurs shirt. Custom sportswear, T-shirts, jerseys, jewelry, and hats. Felicia Ray Designs. Follow them on Instagram at Felicia Ray Designs. Ray is R-A-E. Female Ray, R-A-E. Felicia Ray Designs. I'll give them I'll repost something they do later on. Thank you to Felicia Ray Designs. They want to say shout out. Thanks for the shout out. Birds up and hashtag it's customized. So shout out to Felicia Ray Designs. All right. How about it in the building? I got lots on college football and other stuff.
Do a little bit.
All right, let's get into it.
A little bit.
All right, I got it. Someone challenged me earlier today at the UTSA tailgate. I'll tell you what that challenge is coming up.
All right,
what do you think, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, LG?
15.
LJ?
Seven.
LG?
Let's say
7 straight up. Top of the hour.
7
Top of the
o'clock
hour.
if you're watching live. 18 minutes. It's in the building, baby.
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.